Hi everyone, I'm Z. I am the designer and artist behind Kratos or Quasar. So today I'll just like to show you what this game is about, what can you expect from this tiny little box here, and we'll just briefly run through how to set up and how to play the game. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this box is pretty small, but it has everything you need to play the game. Inside you'll find the manual in case this video isn't detailed enough. Then we have the cards, and also we have punch out cards, punch out tokens. I've already punched them out. They look something like this. There are a few different types. These are double-sided. You have your influence points. Oops. You have your grunts, and you have your Q1s. Let me just bring it closer. Okay, so these are Q1s. There's 1 and 3. Grunts, also 1 and 3. Then influence points 1 and 5. Aside from that, you also find some tokens with character heads on them. These are assignment tokens. So tokens are tokens. Next up, we'll just briefly run through the types of cards that you'll find inside here. Just so you know, the backs are all the same. So we'll just have to look at the front to figure out what cards they are. First, you have your character tokens. Character cards, I mean. There are two different types of character cards. First of all, you have your starter characters, and these are your backup characters. Backup characters, as you can see, they have a starburst design around it. And okay, this is a special one. Next up are all milestone cards. These are the way to keep track of the game. The game starts at milestone 1, ends at milestone 3. Okay, so we will go through them when we explain the game itself. Next up, you have your location cards. There are 4 starting locations. You can see here it says starting location. There's Quarry, Genesis Chamber, Blueprints, and Codex. And then there are 6 other locations that you can build throughout the game. 4 of them are upgrades to the Quarry and Genesis Chamber, and the other 2 are new locations. Then the final 20 cards are task cards. These are sort of like your quest cards. They are color coded. It's 4 times 5. The color doesn't really matter here. In fact, none of the color really matters here, except for choosing your starting characters. Okay, the starting characters, they all come in pairs of 2. So there are 4 pairs of 2. This game is for 2 to 4 players. Okay, so when you start the game, each of you will pick a pair of these characters of the same color, and if you can't differentiate the colors, there are symbols behind here to help you differentiate them. Okay, so to set up the game, we will leave this starting characters aside first. If we put aside, then we will set up the rest. Technically, this is a board game without a board, so you can sort of, place your locations however you want. There are these 4 starting locations: Quarry, Genesis Chamber, Codex, and Blueprints. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how you want to lay them. Some of the common ways is you just lay them out in a row like this. Just put this aside. Okay, lay them out in a row. And the other way is to lay them out like this. Okay, in sort of something like a square. Okay, as long as they are evenly spaced and they are not ambiguous, as long as you can point at these locations, okay, in a clear way, unambiguous way. If they're too close, then someone will be like, I'm gonna point at one of these, like which one, so you can't really tell. Okay, so as long as you space them evenly and people can point at them with the cards unambiguously, it's fine. All right, so let's say this is your setup. Okay, you're gonna have I have Codex and Blueprints here, and I have Quarry and Genesis Chamber down here. These are our starting locations. These are your resources. The Genesis Chamber is where you collect your grunts, so it's nice to just put some there. Either on top or at the side. Quarry as well, just place some there so that you can come and collect later. This game you will need a lot more Q-ons, the ones that you find on Quarry, these blue chips, rather than the grunts where you get at Genesis Chamber. You have your 6 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just briefly give them a shuffle. It's going to be random, and you just place them near blueprints, and you can flip the top one face up. Same with the tasks. Just give them a brief shuffle, make sure that they are slightly random, and place them near the codex. In the game, there will always be at least one of them face up. Character cards, shuffle and put them near the Genesis Chamber. At the start of the game, you won't have any access to these character cards yet, unless you are playing Overseer Bramble, where you will start with 1 character card. In any case, before you get the upgrade to Genesis Chamber, you won't be able to access them, so you just keep them face down like this. Next up, you have your milestones. Milestones are not necessarily needed to play the game, as long as you already know what to do, but for starters, let's just move these aside, and I'm just gonna place them points. Okay, so this game, each milestone, there will be a pool of influence points. Like for milestone 1, there are 10 points, so I'm just gonna put milestone 1 here and 10 points there. Okay, if you want to read, then you don't put it on the card, I put it beside the card, you know, but that's fine. Every player will start with 2 character cards. So let's say if I pick these 2, okay, I will also need to pick the relevant assignment token. You can see it, but you can see that it's the same face. So these ones, you have the same face as well. These are special. Kilo and Allendale, they have 2 assignment tokens because of their special ability. Actually, everyone starts with something special. Like for example, Bramble, you will start with 1 extra character card. The Kilo and Allendale, you will start with an extra assignment token. Overseer Frame will start with an extra 2 Q-ons, and Overseer Pamera will start with an extra grunt. Okay, so this is basically how you set up the game. After you set up the game, you may begin the game, and we will see that in the next video.